this is Dr. Kasandra from Charleston Chiropractc Studio, and I am going to teach you guys how to use the wobble cushion and how you can perform these on a day-to-day basis for different spinal stretches to add mobility to your spine. Great for a warm-up before your adjustment as well. So in your spinal corrective equipment bag, you should have received your wobble cushion with a pump. So you're going to, of course, just fill it up with air. What you need to know is that the more air there is, the firmer it is, the harder it is. So you can start with less air and work your way up. And the wobble cushion is going to have two sides, one that has more protruding out, and the other one more flat. So the protrusive end is going to be what's on the bottom, and the flat end is going to be what you sit on. Now, there are 3 different exercises you can do to sit. Well, first thing you want to do is make sure that your bottom is near the end or the back of the wobble cushion. Then we are going to start with lateral bending exercises. That means you're going to have your arms up like this, and you're going to go from side to side. You want to go nice and slow and feel the movement in each vertebra. This is going to help, again, stretch all the paraspinal muscles, keep mobility into your spine, and as you go side to side, you're going to feel the rocking of the hips as well. That is exactly what you want to help improve pelvic mobility. You don't have to put the arms up, but I prefer doing that because then when you go to the end, you're going to feel a nice stretch in your obliques. So this is the first exercise. The next one is what we call rotation. So again, putting the arms up to allow for a better stretch, and you're simply going as far as you can to end range to the right, and then you're going to do the same thing off to the left. As you're doing this, you're keeping your feet flat on the floor so that the stretch is really coming from your hips and spine as opposed to the feet movement. You're going to really enjoy this. You want to move your head along with the arms as well. And then the last exercise is going to be flexion extension, or essentially a seated version of cat-cow. So I find it best to put the arms right on your legs, and that way you can really control your movement. So flexion is going to be fully going forward. Now the rocking of the hips for the flexion extension, as you go forward into flexion, you're going to feel your hips going back. And as you go backwards into extension, you're going to feel your hips coming forward. And you want to go nice and slow for this stretch, really exaggerating your shoulder blade movement, full retraction, and full forward movement here. Good. So those are your 3 exercises to perform during your at-home regimen, the wobble cushion. Also, if you have a desk job, you can just sit, have it under you when you're at work, when you're eating, when you're doing anything that requires you to be seated. This will engage, or what we call active seated. It is using all of your muscles, and it's really avoiding you from slouching. If you can see here, because of the wobble, you actually, it forces you to keep the nice curvatures in your spine, as opposed to slouching, which sometimes happen. You just wouldn't do this on the wobble cushion. The last use of the wobble cushion is actually using it as a lumbar support, where you put it behind your chair and you sit on it that way, and it does the same thing. It's going to provide a nice lumbar support to keep that lumbar lordosis in your spine and prevent the slouching.